Welcome to the podcast. This is episode 31, something new. Open up with my guy, Kari.
Appreciate you, my
What's
guy.
going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm alive. I'm blessed.
Yes.
Blessed to be here, bro.
Absolutely. Now, for you, those who don't know, Kari is, you don't do music, right?
No.
You don't do like photos or anything, right?
No.
You're not like a video guy.
No.
You don't write books.
Nah. Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
This is our first community leader, someone who gives back to the community. Some might call him neighborhood Kari. I don't know. But yeah, let's talk about that, man. How did you get started in giving back to your community?
So initially with my both my parents, my father on Saturdays used to pick up his 18 passenger van. We used to go pick up the little Ford 18 passenger van, pick up all my teammates, play in 3 different leagues from the Glory J, down at the Magnica, and then over at the Kim Bailey.
Play basketball?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's getting players from South Buffalo, West Side, East Side. He's getting everywhere, picking them up. We're going to the games. He's coaching us. He's feeding us. He's giving them pocket money after.
Wow.
And then taking them home. So just seeing, and then just hearing like, oh, yo, bro, your dad made an impact on my life by doing this, and this. And you seeing that little $20 that he gave them at the time, I'm looking at like, damn, like you only giving me 10 when I go home. But you giving them 20. You giving them 20 so they didn't have to stay out of the store.
Right.
So it was just, it all started to make sense as I got older, why he did what he did. And it was like, okay, if he did it on this scale, I can do it on this scale.
Got you.
So it was just taking my connections now that I had over the years and just adding on to it and just bringing it all together.
Dad really started it all for you,
Really
being that
started
positive role model.
Really started it.
That's what's up. Yeah, to be someone, to have that in the community is extremely important.
Yeah.
A lot of homes without dads.
Yeah.
And that's obvious. Everybody knows somebody, or is that person without the dad in the house.
That's right.
Yeah. So, kudos to him, and then kudos to you for picking that up.
I definitely appreciate that.
What was one of the first things that you started to get into as you got older, as far as like giving back, reaching out?
So my sister and I, we have a PR company called Go to E Management.
Okay. Go to E
Management.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we work with like professional athletes, everything PR wise off the field.
Nice.
So, excuse me. If you got like they do the softball games, the celebrity softball games, stuff like that. If your kids, let's say you get transferred to a new team, you get traded. Everything with your moving, with your kids transferring schools, your home, we take care of all that for you.
Wow.
So, just going back with them to their various cities and doing things that could be done in Buffalo. You're getting the camps, you're getting the backpack giveaways, you're getting the food drives, you're getting just everything, and you're seeing like, yo, this same stuff needs to happen back in my city.
Right.
Nobody else is really doing it, or they do it once a year for the PR days, or it's hey, the mayor's coming through, let's take a picture
When it's
kids,
inconvenient, yeah.
and then get them out of here. Like, nah, it's like people need it consistently. So that was why we had to form the Heroes.
Got you. Form the Heroes.
Is that a neighborhood heroes? That's okay. Rather than calling people volunteers, I call people neighborhood heroes. It gives you like a more sense of like entitlement to actually do something.
Right.
It's like,
I like that.
If kid comes up to you, hey, I hear you're like a neighborhood hero. It gives you like a more sense of like I'm actually doing something. Versus like, hey, I'm just a volunteer, or you see volunteer on the back of my shirt. Like I don't. If I see neighborhood hero on the back of it, that's like, yo,
right, like what do they do?
Yeah, right. Who's that?
You'd be more inclined to talk to a hero than you would a volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thought behind that process.
Very nice.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. So I found you through Twitter.
Okay.
Through, I think my boy Paul Knight.
Okay.
If you know Paul.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine.
Okay.
He retweeted something of yours. And I was like, yo, this dude is hilarious.
Yeah.
This dude is hilarious. But he be speaking facts.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. So I followed, and then nothing but laughs every single day.
I appreciate that.
So you keep the Twitter popping.
Yeah.
And then you still reach out. Your Twitter persona, it's still clean. It's nothing like crazy.
Yeah.
What makes you jump into that mode, that lane? Is it just like an outlet for you?
Yeah, for me mainly, all throughout the day I have to be serious. I have to be. So I'm only 26, but people expect me mentally to be like a 35, 40 year old.
Right.
So it's like when I get into these meetings and they find out like, oh, this guy's on 26, like they're already talking down to me. So I got to deal with the talking down, the question one, because you're a black man in America,
right,
educated, you have a nonprofit, you're in the hood working. Like they think there's a secret agenda, but it's like reality. I just want to see my people do better.
Right.
So you got to be serious all day. You got to be like uptight all day. I gotta try to tell people what to do all day. So for me, Twitter is just that outlet to just breathe, literally be able to just get my thoughts out. If people agree with them, cool. If not, it's not for people to agree with like it.
Right.
It's literally for me to just get my thoughts off, and literally people like you laugh because it's like sometimes you can relate to it.
Definitely.
Most times you can like relate to it, or it's like someone told me I say the things that others think but they may not say, but it's like for me, I'm just speaking my mind. Like,
right.
It's like a good outlet for me. I genuinely because it's like you meet people like you, but not even just like meeting you, realizing like, okay, we have a connection outside of Twitter. Like, and then it's like now you get to put all the bridges together. Like, wait, so I've been knowing him, but now I've been on Twitter. It's like, wait, so Twitter's interesting.
It is. It's super interesting. Social media in general is interesting. I just watched the Social Dilemma.
Okay.
How they were. Did you see it yet?
I just scrolled past it. I was gonna go home and watch that tonight. That's after the game. I'm watching.
It's wild. Let me tell you how sick it is, bro. I'm sitting there watching this about how social media controls you and like you can't put it down and all this stuff. So I'm sitting there watching it while I'm scrolling through my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like so.
It's like for a while I was like, I'm gonna put it under my pillow. I'm not gonna touch it. Yeah. And then I was like, I gotta text the lady at work and see if because she told me about it. I was like, did you watch this yet? And then that's where the rabbit hole starts. Start falling down. It's like, oh, let me look at Facebook. Oh, there's a notification. Exactly. Exactly. So it's a cold game. Yeah. It's a cold game, but also at the same time, it's so ingenious.
And it's so wild. So for like me, social medias, I use them mainly for like promotional use.
Right.
Promotional use and then for like outlet. And it's like you see some people make it like a business. Some people make it like their like actual life.
Their actual life, right.
Social media. And that's where it could get dangerous. Like social media could get really dangerous when it becomes like actual life because then you're relying on other people's thoughts, other people's like retweets and likes.
Right. Make you feel whole.
Fuel you. Yep. And it's like when you get to that, that's dangerous.
Yeah, that's when your sickness starts to kick in.
You got to know yourself. You have to really be in today's society, especially with social media. You have to be comfortable within yourself.
Right.
You got to really know yourself.
Right.
Because if you don't, you can get like social media will like sway you a certain way, and then it's like you said, that rabbit hole. It's so hard to fall out of. Like it's so hard to get out of that, and it's like it's. You see people often like just living facades because of what social media has like caused. People feel like they got to live up to this level of reality. They're like here, but social media sees them here, so I always got to try to live up to here.
Right.
They're spending whole checks to try to live up to all that. That was me, freshman, sophomore year of college. Until I realized,
feel you.
Like,
there was a lot of us.
Yeah, I'm like,
because it was new. It was this thing like, we're connecting with everybody. College, especially, like you hop on campus. You got what's your Twitter? What's your Instagram? What's this? What's that? What's your Snapchat? And you're getting interconnected with every single person. Now you got to stay on top of it. Oh wait, there's ads here. Oh, they're gonna sell me something. Oh, what's that? That's fire. Wish.com. That's cool.
And
okay, you keep
scrolling.
Started
getting their different pages and sneaker releases coming on like Instagram raffles.
Everybody you knew started to be a rapper because they thought it was easy.
3 likes and this and tag 3 people and
yep.
Bunch of sneaker raffles started like that. And it's like we literally, one cool thing about our generation, we got to watch the growth of like social, like we were part of it and we got to like witness it. So we got to see like the MySpaces, and then it changed to Facebook, and
AIM.
It was like everything started to like, oh, the AIM days. You got me
back in the
sitting there all that. You're just sitting there waiting on a quick little message, like that was little running man. Like it's like you.
That was the first thing people were addicted to was email.
Sims, and then it was Sims on the computer. My brother used to literally sit. We had one computer in the house. He used to sit and play Sims from like, we would get done probably like 9 p.m. He'd be on there from like 9 until 2 a.m. just playing Sims on the computer. I'm like, bro, like I never thought the game was that cool.
Right. Especially back then, like the graphics were
now they like it's a little bit more detailed. See, to the graphics,
right?
Yeah, like, nah, I can't do that, bro.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So let's talk about Let's talk about something I saw on your Twitter.
Yes.
Talk about candles in the sun.
Okay.
Tell us about that. What is candles in the sun?
So Candles in the Sun. The Sun is an acronym for Save Your Neighborhood. Basically, with that, we pride ourselves in advancing communities through education, mentorship, and co-curricular activities.
Okay.
So basically, like those three things are three things that I witnessed myself have, and that really helped me soar throughout life. And I've seen others who didn't really have all three put together. And you see kind of like how they may stumble or like certain roadblocks that I may have been able to get past with my mentor or with that co-curricular activity, having that little outlet. It saved me. And for some, it really didn't save. Or even if I could like talk to other friends, yo, this just having this outlet saved me. Being able to go play basketball saved me. Excuse me, having an opportunity to even know that there's a travel basketball league saved me.
Right.
So for me, it's about expanding opportunity more than anything. So I had like the best of both worlds coming up. Life was always in Buffalo, but we lived in Sweet Home.
Okay.
My dad made sure like house was in Sweet Home. Always want to make sure like school wise, so he always went to Mount St. Joe, stuff like that. But he's like, it's 3 kids. I'm not about to keep paying Catholic school tuition. Right. Let's go to Amherst. Like, so we went out to Sweet Home. And just out there, you go from being like, you might have 1 or 2 white kids in your whole school to now you're one of 5 black kids in the whole school. Right. So that whole culture shock was way different, but it was like, you just got to see like, all right, I'm in 3rd grade learning with my cousins in 6th grade learning. And you're like, wait, how are we talking about the same things?
That's okay.
Or you're like, yeah. Or it's like, okay. Wow.
And you went to Sweet Home, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to Sweet Home, and it was
the whole
like,
way?
I went there from 3rd grade until 8th grade, and then from junior and senior year, I transferred out back to St. Joe's freshman sophomore year.
St. Joe's High School?
Yep.
You know Kyle Briggs?
Yep. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. Me and him literally bought these in line together.
Wow.
Like, we bought these in line as we was going to the basketball game.
Word.
I never forget that.
I remember knowing Kyle since pre-K, literally sleeping on the rug.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah,
School 54.
It was ironic. I knew him before we got to Joe's together, and then we both played shooting guard. We both played receiver. So at Joe's, we just end up just bonding. I just talked to him a couple weeks ago. He's a cop down in Pittsburgh now, right?
He's a cop?
I'm 99.9% sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh?
Yeah, him and I were talking about it.
I was supposed to call him.
Yeah, and he was saying he wants to do community change down there. Like he's not trying to be like an officer that's like following the line kind of thing. He was saying like he wants to set in real policies. That's why he went. So it's excited to see that. I'm hoping to see that.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
It's a real good guy.
I had a couple people I went to high school with who same exact thing. They wanted to be that agent of good in the police force. They wanted to do more than just ride around and bust people and shit like that. Be that that person. And they got kicked off the force because you're like, yo, you're too positive. That's what the man literally told me the other day. Is like, they told me I was too positive. I care too much.
One of I can't say who, but a close friend of mine, we'll call him. He just got suspended. He's been suspended for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. Situation happened. There was like a DWI. I guess the woman was 34, white lady, boobs out. I guess she was a pretty girl. Said her chest was out. As they get to the scene, the other 2 cops are so mesmerized by her chest, they drive her home. They don't they don't arrest her.
Wow.
So my cousin then flips like, yo, if y'all gonna do this for her, make sure you do this for the next like black lady that this happens to.
Right.
A little verbal altercation and led to insubordination.
Wow.
So, it's like, literally, it's like you can't win for losing right now. Like,
damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's sick.
Yeah. When he told me that, I was mind blown, and that's why when you say stuff like that, it doesn't shock me.
Yeah,
it doesn't shock me at all.
I was shocked initially because I was like, "What?" But then I thought about it. I was like, "Why am I shocked?"
Yeah.
That the cops are like this.
Yeah.
We see it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
They literally just did it. And where's that, Kansas?
Yeah.
Where Breonna Taylor's from?
Oh, Louisville.
Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one I was going to say. And that's at Kansas for some reason.
Yeah, I was probably something in Kansas too.
The Jayhawks.
Wichita. Something's gonna happen in Wichita.
No, yeah, it's bad. The whole Midwest, I feel like what I've heard is pretty not for us.
No, I've been to the Midwest. Been to Kentucky a few times. So we had a tournament in Louisville for basketball before AU, in Chicago before, and Ohio numerous times. I will never live in the Midwest. I will never put myself in that position.
Tell me about it.
It's very cut and dry. So I'm a person, I don't believe in following or taking what's given.
Right.
I'm gonna always, shoot for what I feel is mine, rightfully so. You're gonna respect me. You don't have to like me, but you are gonna respect me. So that's one of my biggest things. And out there, you get some people who feel like, oh, these are the way that things are already set. Like, don't try to go against the norm because then you're gonna cause problems for the rest of us. And it's like, for me,
was that the black people telling you that?
Yeah. Like we
Damn.
This was 7th grade. 6th or 7th grade.
So like an 11, 12-year-old.
Yeah, we went to AU tournament, and as we got to the hotel, one of the black team moms greeted us downstairs and was just telling us like, hey, like, oh, these are the restaurants near. These like the Walmart is near, Target, And hey guys, just watch yourself. We know you guys are from New York. You know, you guys might be a little bit mouthy. Down here, you know, we just kind of just stay to ourselves. We just do what we're told.
Do what we're told.
Yo, and so my dad was there.
See, that's east. That's northeast privilege, I would say.
Yeah.
For us, because like, I never even knew that was a thing in the Midwest. Because
my dad is like, so his brother died of Black Panther. So you tell him, no. He looking at you like, what?
Right.
So and ironically, he got kicked out of the gym that weekend.
I bet.
He wasn't even coaching. He was sitting on the sideline. He was yelling at one of us to slide on defense. Ref makes a bad call. He literally waved his hand at the ref, walked away. Ref said he thought he made a threatening gesture toward him, and they threw him out he couldn't come back in Sunday either.
Wow.
Yeah,
so he couldn't even coach y'all.
Nah, he couldn't. Man, that was so crazy. That was one of the craziest things ever. But that was like, Chicago wasn't too bad. Chicago, I guess you would say the group I was with a diverse group I was with. I went to like a college formal.
Okay.
Got invited to like a formal down there, so that was a little bit different.
A formal was at the ball.
It was like a little it was a sorority's little like formal dance. They had like a little this girl that I was talking to, she needed like a little day to like a dance. I was like, all right, I might as well go to Chicago.
Right.
Like, there's nothing else to do.
Right. A little trip.
Ohio is the same thing. Ohio's bad. Like,
that's what I keep hearing is Ohio is terrible. I heard that they still have sundown towns in Ohio.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Like
last year I was coming back from Chicago with my ex-girlfriend, and we drove through Ohio, and it was getting like, and I was thinking in my head like, sundown. Like, it was literally playing in my head, there's sundown towns in Ohio, and I was like, because we was in the sticks, like, there's farms, like people looking crazy in the gas station. I was like, oh y'all, it's dripping off you. I see it. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
But to be real with you, I'm gonna be honest, like, you go outside of the city of Buffalo's bad, but you go outside of the city. I ran into I was in this part of New York. It's called Gasport. It's like right before you get to Rochester.
I know about Gasport, yeah.
In between Lockport and Rochester, and I had to be delivering for FedEx at this time. You know, those trucks only go 65. Right. So I'm on this I think it's Lockport Road, driving on it's this older guy. He has his left blinker on, so I just go around him. we get to the gas. Well, I get to the gas station now, and he pulls up behind me, and he said, "You effing cut me off." And I'm like, I vividly remember seeing this blinker
Right.
on, like, yo, and he was stopped.
Right.
So that's why I just eased on around. So
Right.
I'm like, this nigga tripping. So I just walk into the store. My allergies were tripping, so I'm sneezing too. So I'm really like, bro, I'm not even about to listen to you because you gonna piss me off.
Right.
Let me just keep it pushing. Go into the store, buy a pack of tissues, come back out, and he's like, oh, yeah, my son's on the way with that, with a good Remy. And I know Remy is shotgun.
Right.
Like,
Right.
That's a Remington.
Right.
I heard that. I hopped in that FedEx truck fast as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even
Wow.
I'm always a stand your ground person, but you got to also think like
Smart.
I'm in Gasport. I'm at a gas station on a random Lockport road. There's closest other store is probably 2 miles from here.
Right.
There's one person working in the store. He probably knows him.
Right.
Son probably done went to school with him.
Right.
They about to bury me behind this gas station, pour some gas on me, and I'm long gone.
Yep.
They done stripped the FedEx car of the paint. I'm not even about to. So like that's one of my things is like, I'll always stand for what I believe, but you got to be wise with it. Like,
right.
It's like one of my things right now, like the protests. I was protesting back when Eric Garner died. I was protesting when Trayvon Martin died. I was protesting when Alton Sterling died. I was protesting when Philando Castile died. I was protesting when what is his name here? Meech. Chico not Chico. Was it Chico? I think no. There was an Asian guy that got shot literally maybe like a summer before Meech. But it's like I've literally one of my first posts on this current Instagram is from me protesting down at City Hall. It was probably like 10, 12 of us out there. It was before protesting was cool.
Right.
So for me now, like I'm kind of looking at, okay, what can I do now? Like, what else can I do? So that's why I do like the stuff with the org that I do, and that we're gonna start expanding to like real opportunities, job wise. We're gonna start really like. I read an article a couple years ago. It was like by 2050, if blacks aren't into technology, our median income will be zero. So since then, that has always like scared me. So like it was ironic to see Nip doing the Vector 90, and then what happened to him tragically.
Cool. Very cool.
So we're trying to replicate something like that here.
Okay.
Just kind of a little bit different, a little bit tweaked different to here to fit Buffalo's population. But yeah, no, it's like you got to give real opportunity. You can't just open up a store, pay people $10 an hour, and say, "Oh well, yo, I provided opportunities in the hood."
Right,
no, bro. Like, get them some education.
Right.
Get them some opportunities so they can expand and see what's really in this world. Don't just give your lane of what you think you've helped somebody with. Okay, and like, granted, you are helping. I'm not saying that you're not.
Right.
But you got to realize, like, you're only helping to what you see help is. Like, you're not really helping them. You're helping them to see what you think help is. Get them some education. Get them some real money in their pocket. Get them some real opportunities, some real visions. Right.
So what you guys are going to be working on is in the STEM field.
Yeah. Heavy STEM. I'm huge on, like, Common Core blows. Like,
yeah.
So.
Aren't they doing away with Common Core, I heard?
So I'm not too sure about that. I won't speak on that because I know Betsy DuVos is huge on Common Core. I think it'll depend on the administration. Whoever wins November 3rd.
Right.
Or is that November 2nd, 3rd?
It's around there.
Yeah. It's around there.
It's the beginning of the 11th month of the year.
Yeah. I think it's like that first Tuesday type thing. Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think it'll depend on the administration heavy because, like, education for me is like one of my biggest things. The I Promise School. Shout out to Miss Davis. That is my girl. She's the principal at LeBron's I Promise School, and like
that's in Ohio, right?
In Akron. Yep. Speaking of sundown towns,
right outside of
Akron. So it's so wild. Where LeBron has his school built, it's kind of like Broadway here.
Okay.
Drug infested, prostitution area. Like after literally, like you can watch the school cameras at night, and you can see it all happening right in front of the school. But people know not to do it on school property. They skip to the McDonald's next to it,
Right.
and they go to the clinic next to it. They don't touch anything on the school. That's like a sacred ground for the community because what LeBron has provided, and it's like you provide people with opportunity, people will treat things nice. That's why it's like, oh, Section 8 housing is bad. If you give them quality housing, you're getting $800 a month.
Right.
Give them some quality housing, and I'm sure they're going to treat it nice. Granted, I'm not saying everyone will. No. But to think everyone's going to treat something wrong or everyone's not going to take an opportunity.
Right.
That's that cool mind. Like, that's that real cool mindset to think, like, because you've seen people fail with taking an opportunity or because you've seen people not take the initiative that you think everybody's like that. Or everyone's going to follow that same path. You got to give people opportunity and let them see what they're going to do, bro.
Right. There's a lot of judgment that goes on with those things as far as government assistance and things like that. Like, you don't know what people went through to even get to this point.
And it's so wild. There's so many misconceptions with...
You know how tired I am of hearing people say, oh, they're lazy, they're on welfare. Once I hear that, like, you're cut out. Because obviously you're just an ignorant person at this point. You just think everybody on welfare is just lazy and just mooching off the government. Like, I can name plenty of people who, you know what I mean?
It's so,
you know what I'm saying?
It's so wild. The independent health commercial we just got, they asked us, like, what health coverage do you have to, like, start it off? Because I'm sure they won't do anything with opposing health coverages. So I was telling them, like, I'm technically right now part of the unemployed population. Like, and this is, like, by choice. I'm not really thirsty to go get a job right now. I'm really just trying to build this organization so we can really start impacting the community the way I really want to see it.
Right.
So I said that to them, and they're like, "You're unemployed." Like, oh my god. So do y'all think everybody's unemployed is just like some like obese, drug addicted, drunk? Like,
right.
Or it's like there's so many misconceptions about
with everything.
The population who really benefits from unemployment or from social services.
Right.
It's like, if you really want to be honest, if you go to the grocery store on the 1st or on the 15th or 2nd or 16th, you'll see the population that really benefits from social services. Like, now, granted, they may be spending it differently, and that's why they don't get criticized. Maybe that's probably why they're not criticized, but they're still getting those same services, so keep treating them the same. Like,
right.
So that's one of the things that's confusing for me is, like, it's like, even like, all right, we protest before, okay, we get like, hey, you guys are protesting too loudly. All right, cool. White people got tired of wearing masks, and they went and stood with guns in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Stood with ARs. Nobody criticized them.
Exactly.
Oh, nobody said a word.
Hey, yo, they're fine people, bro.
Yeah,
fine people.
They're fine people. Those are legal gun.
Yeah,
but Breonna Taylor's boyfriend was a legal gun. But he's a drug dealer. But they are opioid users. So like, what's the? There's always some type of, and it's always interesting. It's always interesting.
Someone tried to make that argument to me the other day about Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. Like, she knew what she signed up for. She was with a drug dealer, and I was like, see, I thought a little bit of you, and then it just is all gone now. Dude, because you're ignorant.
It's like, and it's like, I can't even. Granted, not that I write you off completely, but I just don't.
For me, because like, what else is in there? That's my.
It's thing. Like, so, I can't even really. If you can't understand this basic situation or basic thoughts that we're like, it's not like we're rocket science. It's not like we're trying to build a battery with your hands by rubbing them together. Not, bro. We're literally just, fam, just treat us the same that you're treating everyone else. That's all we're at. We're not asking for anything special. That's literally
it. Black Lives Matter. The saying, Black Lives Matter, for some reason trips people up to the point where they have to go back and scream all lives matters. Like, well, listen, we get all lives do matter, but all I'm telling you right now is we feel like ours don't. So that's why we're saying that.
I saw a T-shirt that said where was all lives matter from 1619 to 1964, and it was so funny because you think like, all right, simple things like, all right, right now we're getting told go vote, go vote, go vote, and I'm not telling. I will never tell people not to vote. I'll never tell people make sure you vote.
Right.
I will never, because simple fact that like studying history, I was a history major in college. You see like
Where'd you go?
St. John's University.
St. John. Okay, nice. Very nice.
You get to see like the 3/5 compromise is a direct lead to what the Electoral College is now. And that Electoral College is basically saying, like, that 3/5 compromise is basically saying, okay, yeah, they are men, but we're gonna deplete them slightly so that way they don't have all I'm trying to think of the word. It's like all responsibilities that every other man in our society has. So like right now, the Electoral College, by majority, Hillary Clinton won the last election.
Right.
Yet the Electoral College went elsewhere. So that just goes to show you, like, everyone can go with this, and yet we can still be pushed and have to go with that.
Right.
That's not how a democracy is supposed to work.
Right.
So it's like when you have something that's a direct, like, link to slavery, and there's numerous things that are direct links to slavery, but now you get the most important thing when it comes to voting,
right,
is directly linked to slavery. Mind you, there's already policies. Felons can't vote. Okay, who does that affect most? Okay,
right.
Okay, so 13th Amendment happened, and then what they started doing? Okay, they started locking us up now to send us to prison now to get that free labor. Okay,
right.
Cool. You got prisoners out in California right now fighting fires.
Right, I saw that.
Not with real fire uniforms on. They got paper thin fire uniforms on, and it's like, to them, if they got them right next to the fires.
Right.
The firefighters are with the hoses far back, but you got the real, like, it's like, you just see, like, man, capitalism sucks, bro. Capitalism is like, and it's so embedded in every society, and even the societies that hasn't fully immersed into it yet, it's like, people are pushing it so hard that it's like, it's only but so much time before it's really there.
Right. Well, that's what this country is really at the end of the day. It's not really a democracy anymore. It devolved into a capitalist republic, I think it is.
Yeah.
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 So like when people see that the election, doesn't swing in what we said as the people, it's really nothing to be surprised at, because this is how the way it's set up.
They said since 1968 or 19. It's been 60 years since the U.S. had over more than 60% turnout for voters.
Wow.
This will be the 60th year we're in now that the U.S. has had less than 60% turnout. So that just goes to show you. And you go, George Carlin, he has like a famous quote, basically like, I'm a paraphrase. He says basically like, you can't criticize him. Well, he doesn't vote. So he, in his mind, he can say whatever because he didn't make a decision. He didn't pick a side. He didn't pick one of these less of two evils that they've been saying since the 60s.
Which is disgusting.
Less of two evils. That's what they've been saying since the 60s. He doesn't pick one of those. So he feels like once you pick one of those, you can't then speak and criticize because you helped aid this problem.
Right.
You can't then cry about it. And when he said that, it was like and I would never tell people not to vote because I like to vote. Like, but it's just like these last two elections have really turned me sour. Like, it's like went from my first election was voting for Barack Obama.
Yeah, same.
Was like, yo, I got to vote for a black president.
Right.
Then it was like, I got to vote
box.
for another black president. Like, oh, it's lit.
Right.
To then lesser of two evils.
Right.
To then 1994 crime bill author. Or the guy who's shooting jump shots with paper towels at the border, or you got like, it's like you grab a right and like, bro, like you just
like, this is who you chose.
You can pick like the countless lies, like it's like,
right.
Or you go with the two top cops who are gonna come through black cities and lock up half of Black America. So it's like, yo, bro, like this isn't cool how we keep just getting put into this same position. And then like, hey, if Trump wins, Democrats are going to blame Black America.
Right.
Oh, you guys didn't vote.
Which is crazy because like right now that side is trying to protect Black America, which we didn't ask for.
We didn't
Nobody
ask for y'all
asked you to virtue signal. No one put you to put a cape on. Like we didn't ask for any of this.
Even since they got behind Black Lives Matter, it's become like a media joke. Like,
George Soros is the one who started that. Who is one of the more divisive people and like agent provocateurs that there is in today's age.
So it's so sick. Before George Soros or any of them got involved, literally, like when we started streaming Black Lives Matter in New York, before it even had
before it was an organization, you're saying,
before it even had a Twitter handle, a Twitter hashtag,
right?
When we started screaming this, it was like, it was some real pain. Like Black Lives Matter. Like we just wanted our lives to simply matter. We didn't want them to be Black lives, white lives. No, we wanted. We wanted, just like how they say all lives matter, we want all lives to really matter equally.
Right.
Simple. So it was like when we started saying that, that's when you started seeing the Blue Lives Matter flag first. That was the first one that popped up.
Yep.
Was the flag with the random blue. Okay, cool. You see that. Then you started seeing the thin blue line stickers. You started seeing the thin blue line stickers. Okay, cool. Then all of a sudden you started hearing then it was the all lives matter, but it was like we had never said that it didn't matter. It was just like, like Black lives weren't mattering, so we needed something to matter. That's all. It was nothing else. So it's like when they did that, and when they began to mock us and began to mimic us and began to all lives matter, that's a slap in the face.
It is.
It's a real slap in the face.
They literally took the pain of this community and trivialized it, and it was like, oh shit, we see they're like actually getting mad and they're getting like pissed off and serious. Let's make this a joke.
Yeah.
And literally, now we have what we have today.
Literally. And then it's like, it's so funny. One time, so I've had one encounter with like I've always been I've been kind of waiting to get like that old white guy or that, like that Karen or I've been dying because I'm telling you, like, y'all gonna see me on the news
because they always pick the right ones,
bro.
They always pick the right ones.
I got slightly picked like one time, and it was like, and I think it was just my face reaction. She just grabbed her cart and just literally, this is BJ 2 weeks ago. I had on my Candles in the Sun hat, and I had on a hoodie too, I think. And the lady says to me, we were both trying to grab Simply Lemonades. So I'm a person. I'm very like my mom raised me with manners. Like I'm always, excuse me, please, thank you.
Right.
No matter who it is, white, black, whatever.
Right.
So she's standing in front of the raspberry lemonade and a regular lemonade, and she's like leaning over both of them, I guess trying to see which one she actually wanted. So I knew which one I wanted. I was trying to get in and out of BJ's. I wasn't really trying to be in there all day. So I'm like, excuse me, reach around her, grab the raspberry one, pull it out. She's like, oh, it was so refreshing to hear you say, excuse me. And at first, like, I'm like, all right, just kept it pushing. So she's like, do you have any kids or anything at all? I'm like, no, why? I was like, I have an organization. Oh, why? What's up? She's like, oh, they have these snowboards over there for $10 each. She's like, they're really cool for the kids for winter. I'm like, all right, cool, thank you. She's like, like you're such a nice gentleman. She's like, it's very refreshing to meet like one of you that are very like, and that one of you, I look. I said, well, what the fuck you said? And at that point, she put that lemonade in her cart.
Yeah.
Turned the cart around and got the fuck up out of there. And it was
Jesus
just like,
Christ.
I like to just like I had to really prod because like I used to react before I like thought I used to be a quick reaction person.
What would the old you have done?
Oh man, all types of. Oh, that's white bitch. I might have slapped the shit out of her. I ain't gonna count to you. Like, yeah. So that's why it's like cause it was like the way that, okay, so even back then, like the way I viewed racism back then was like, you could say certain words and it was getting me going. Like now, if you yell the N word from like a car next to me, I'm gonna pull up that light next to you and I'm gonna tell you like, yo, shit, pull over with that energy. And if you don't, I'm just gonna laugh at you like, bro, you pussy. Cool, keep it pushing. Back then, you could say that and I'm fired up. I'm ready to fight. Yeah. I'm ready to fight whoever. Like, yo, he just called me the N word, bro. No, hell no.
Yeah.
So it's like
that's that young mind. That's unfiltered.
And it's like now, it's like, yeah, you didn't yell that shit from the car riding by, bro. You ain't gonna get out the car. Shut up. Right. Like, I know. Like, shut up. Right. I know that. So it's like when she said it, I'm glad that like I won. I didn't react. Because that's what they really wanted. Go home, type on Facebook, this black guy in PJs today, blah 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 blah. All her friends from North Tonawanda retweeted, sharing it, whatever. And then somehow Candles in the Sun's gonna pop up in that, and now no.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Yeah. So it was just ironic to see like, okay, you see them online trying people all day, but they persistent with it.
Yes.
She seen the face reaction and just, so that's what had me like, yo, why you ain't keep going? Like, I kind of wanted her to keep poking because I was gonna give her exactly what she wanted to poke for.
Right.
I was gonna hurt her old ass feelings. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, and it was gonna be all out of respect. Like, I'm like, okay, so for me, I don't believe in just being rude. Or I'm an honest person. With honesty, like, I feel like, okay, if you're gonna be honest and you're gonna tell somebody, you have to come with either give them like a lesson with it or like teach. Like,
right.
I'm all about teaching.
Always be teaching. Yeah.
If I'm gonna call you out, yo, bro, get a better microphone. I have to show you a better microphone in my phone already set.
Right.
This is the better one, and this is why.
Right.
I can't just. I hate when people give criticisms and don't have anything to. No, like, don't be solution oriented just be one to just criticize everything. Oh my god, yo, that's wrong. That's wrong. So what would you do better?
I gotta take an hour to find out.
Fuck out of here. If you're gonna criticize it, that means you must already know something better or a better way to enhance. Okay, if you can enhance it, cool. Tell me how.
Right.
Don't just pick myself apart. No, tell me how you can enhance it. And it's like, that's one of my big things with race. I got a conversation with a race. Like, I could talk to Trump supporters all day.
Yeah.
And it's like, because of me, I went to St. John's. I went to school with kids who, one of my classmates, this girl, Lindsay, literally drove a powder blue Bentley to class every day. Dude. Like, she had a 4-door Bentley. She was driving to class every day. Not even the 2-door. Yeah. The 4-door, tinted out, not powder blue.
Damn.
And, yo, she's whipping. Like, she done dropped me off to class. I mean, dropped me off to the crib, all that. Like, cooler than an ice cube, but voted for Trump because of tax purposes.
Right.
And it's like, so now when you get to really talking to them, and that was one of the first people I told her, for us to really be friends, you got to take the African American Studies class. My friend Tony, same thing. Very wealthy young man. Family was very wealthy. And I told him, like, yo, in order for us to really be friends, you got to take this class with Dr. Stewart at Buff State, African American Studies. And he took that course. He voted for Trump in 2016 because of tax purposes. You go on that man Twitter right now, you would think like, yo, he's radical now. Like, his mom be looking at me like, Kari, what did you teach my son? Like, and it's like, he's the complete opposite. Like, and it's because like, I'm not gonna ever try to like force feed you any. I'm gonna give you factual information and let you decide what you want to. I'm a person, I like firsthand information. I don't like secondhand sources. I like to read news articles myself. I don't like to read opinion pieces. I like to read facts so I can make my own decisions. I like to give people facts, and it's like, what you choose to do with it, that's on you. Now, if you want to sit here and now discuss your thoughts versus mine, you probably won't be stuck in your thought. Like, because it's like, if you're coming to me on like, well, I think this and you think this, like, why do you think that? I'm going to break down my thoughts to you, and I'm going to be able to relate it somehow to your personal life. That's like one of the gifts God gave me, was like just being able to like relate things to my personal life or to like others personal life, and get them to just understand on like a different kind of level. Like, okay, you and I, with this, okay, even with this podcast, I don't do stuff like I don't do podcasts. I told you I don't really like to hear myself speak.
Right.
So like that's one of my biggest things. But it's like,
I appreciate it though.
But it's so crazy. There was something about like you that was just like, oh nah, bruh, it's cool. Like let me just go knock this out, cool. Then I walk in here, I see your mom, and I'm like, wait, I've seen this lady since I was like 10 years old. Right. Then I'm like, what? And then come to find out now we don't know each other since down there like 10, 11 years old. So it's like,
that's 16 years.
So it was just like, yo, like what the heck? Like, usually, like, bro, I literally, like, I don't respond as like, cause like I don't even respond. Channel 7's been hitting me up for weeks. I ain't respond back to them yet because I really don't care for something. Like I don't like to hear myself speak. Right. And it's as weird as it is to say, like I like to just get to work done, bro. I don't want the PR days. Now for you it's much different, but like for them, I don't want that kind of stuff.
I feel you.
I don't want that kind of stuff.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Reason I reached out is because, you know, I'm on Twitter.
Yeah.
Scrolling through, and then I see somebody posted a billboard of you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that. A billboard? And I looked into it, I was like, oh, he's an honorary red shirt. Yeah. And that's, you kind of touched on that earlier with Independent Health. And then I literally saw the billboard in real life.
Oh, that's cool.
Saw it in real life. I was like, oh, my man is on. I love this.
That,
I love
bro.
this. And then I saw the commercial. I was like, oh.
I haven't seen it.
I was like, oh. And then every day at work, I hear Kari's an honorary red shirt member. I'm like, oh my God.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm like, yeah, okay. So he's obviously clearly doing something huge.
That's
I go
crazy.
to redshirtdifference.com. See the little clip of you handing out the stuff to the kids and the people, the masks and everything during this COVID. I was like, yeah, I got to talk to you.
I definitely appreciate it. No, it's like, I don't know but it was just like this. All right. You had a real person's approach. You didn't approach it as like yo, I'm trying to get an interview for the podcast, or yo, I'm trying to talk. No, you just, yo, like you a real person. Like that's. But people don't understand, like, making...
What did I say?
Making, like, connection, like making a connection, you get, literally, like, things get much easier for you. But when you just go and, like, hey, let me get this on, like, have a connection from some, like... Right. Whether it could be y'all could just depend on each other for, like, favorite kind of thing, but have that understanding and have that connection built. Don't just go in asking people for stuff. Right. And it's like, come on, yo.
Right. Yeah, it gets nasty.
It gets nasty, real nasty. Like,
see, I rap. Right? Yeah. So I'm in the music and everything.
Okay.
And the amount of times I hear people, yo, do this for me.
Yeah.
Without saying like, yo, it's good. Like, I met you before. Yeah. Like, you don't gotta come at me like some like automated response. I'm not gonna respond to you. I get that so much now. I get it so, and especially because it's podcast. Just people just. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna do it because he does a podcast and he needs people. I don't.
No.
I don't.
Yeah.
I talk to people I want to.
Yeah.
I don't take pay for this. Nothing. Like
literally. Like,
it's for the future. But yeah, there's it's a lot of nasty stuff. Yeah. People jump in your inbox and they just get real wild off bat, and
a lot of people feel like they know you from social, or
they know you.
They know you because of what they see, but it's like, you know what I allow you to know, exactly. Or I allow you to see. It's like, don't get shit fucked up like,
at all.
Yeah,
at
don't
all.
Get shit
like
up,
you remember
like,
me from the store.
Yo,
I'm not that person at the store outside. Like,
oh, like, and that's like, so my events are like, I gotta be like the happy-go-lucky guy at the events. It's like you always get the parents who, oh well, like, all right, last year we gave away we had a community day, gave away free backpacks, was haircuts, hairstyles, food, had like bounce houses, we had a Ferris wheel.
Where was that at?
Goodyear in Genesee.
Ferris wheel.
Yeah. We had mad stuff.
Wow. You said on Goodyear in Genesee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you did it right.
And
right over there.
This mom came and was like, why you only got one face paint lady? And I'm like, well, damn. I'm like, damn, ain't that some shit? Like, and I just had to walk away because, like, that's when, like, old me almost came out. Like, yo, what?
Right.
But it was like, I had to realize, one, like, some people will just never be satisfied. Like you can't do things to try to satisfy others. You got to just make sure that the ones that you are trying to target are getting. The kids are happy.
Right.
Kids had their back. Kids are playing football with their backpacks on. Like,
right.
Kids got haircuts, hairstyles, food, face paint. They were good. The mom who tried to get her daughter there last minute, who wanted her daughter to get everything first, was the one I was complaining.
Right. Of course.
It was just like, come on, lady. But it was like, you always catch like the little couple complaints, but like it just makes you want to go a little bit harder because you see like, damn, this kid has to go. I can imagine. I can imagine what they going through home. Like, if she's like this on a regular outside, I can imagine he or she's like on the inside. Like,
right.
Nah, let me not. So let me try to at least make it easier for this kid.
Yeah, right. What's one of the things you take most pride in when you do this stuff?
Honestly, like being able to like pass my blessings on. That's probably like number one, but number two is like knowing that it's mine, so I got to give it my everything. Like I'm huge on ownership, huge on like, cause it's like, all right, prime example, Twitter. It's like how you said, like, one of my big things is like reason why like I don't quote unquote like filter myself on there is cause like I work for myself. Like you can't report me to HR. Right. You can't like go to the VP and send an email and like, hey,
do you see who you have employed? Yeah.
Hey, he tweeted about Trump and he like, no, you can't. Like, so like that's one of my big, and like that's what I try to teach kids is like being prideful in who you are and knowing who you are has helped me get to like this point. But it's like having being able to like understanding blessings. Like it was like understanding like who I was allowed me to understand how blessed I really was. And it was like, I'm talking to kids, seniors, juniors in high school, didn't even know you can get an academic scholarship to schools. So like I was telling them like, yo, I got a full ride to St. John's. Blah, blah, blah. What's that? I was getting $5,000 back a semester. How? What you was doing? What you? So now I'm telling them like, yo, like it was a full academic scholarship. What is that? These are seniors in high school, and it's like,
see, and that's where the guidance counselor is supposed to be showing you and telling you these things.
When you got one guidance counselor for the whole 12th grade, it's like, like
for the whole high school.
It's like, so it's that's one of my biggest things about like just trying to bring a school here. Trying to start my own school.
Okay.
It's like BPS has long failed these kids
for sure.
You get like people like Dr. Cash gave like a 10 or 15% raise last school year at the end of the school year. Now you come around this school year, you don't have the money to afford the devices for the kids or the Wi-Fi for the kids. So you have to go create partnerships with the Buffalo Bills, or you got to go beg the state for $4 million to try to pay for the device. It's like that shouldn't happen. If money was managed properly, you got. In my eyes, personally, there's no reason a superintendent should make $275,000 a year. There's no way a mayor needs to make $250,000 a year. Like there's that's not. If that's your incentive for taking that job, you should not be in public service.
Right.
Because it's like, what I don't get is like how the people who really put in work for public services, who are usually like the bottom people, they get paid ass. They're getting paid garbage. But then it's like, if you're at the top of public service, you get paid top. And that is, it makes like that's the middle gap is so crazy in public service. It makes no sense. Like,
well, I think that's the case anywhere, right? You go from your line level employee to like the CEO.
Yeah. And then
I used to work at Best Buy.
In the middle is like,
you making what? You come in at $11 an hour or some shit like that. Making $11 an hour. Your big boss makes six figures. And then the guy above him makes double what he makes, but still in six figures. The guy above him is a millionaire. The people above them, getting 8 figures. The CEO, stinking rich. But then like, here's you, do all the work. Be the face that they see every single day,
and
then get here's your $11.
Yeah.
Here's for 2 weeks. Here's your $1,000. Fuck out of here.
That was one of my. So like when I was a kid, I started working at a Lasertron.
Okay.
I thought I was getting terrible bread.
You gotta tell me about Lasertron.
I thought I was so like like the signs outside of there.
Yeah.
Lasertron always has paid more.
$15 an hour. Yeah, right.
Has always that shit is a gimmick. The reason why they say $15 to $20 an hour is because like you get paid based on like others. Like it's so crazy. Like their pay structure is like, all right. So one thing, like everything is like bonuses. If you're 1 minute late to work, you forfeit your bonus for the whole week.
Oh shit.
So that's when you go to making $15 an hour versus making $20 an hour.
Oh, all right. So all you gotta do is not be late.
So if you're late, if you get like any like they call them like the infraction, like the like write ups. Let's say like we're operating like little laser tag, and let's say you happen to check your phone really quick. All right, cool. And one of the managers walks in behind you, you get written up. Your bonus is gone for the weekend. For the whole week.
So now you make 15.
Let's say it's like it was always, or okay. Let's say someone does bad on like a party and they have to give like a refund. That cuts into bonuses. Like, but it
everybody's bonus
only cuts into like the operational staff's bonuses, never like the management staff.
Right, of course.
Yeah, it was always like the operational staff. Like it was just like you can't do.
It's like you did it.
Yeah, literally like any small nick. Oh yeah, and like you could literally a manager could walk up behind you, see you're not smiling too hard. I'm like, oh yeah, no, you don't have a bonus for the week.
Wow. Okay, so I see what they're doing.
And it's like
I see what they're doing.
How you?
They 100% have meetings where like we didn't get enough infractions this week. You got to go give so and so an infraction. Yeah. You got to give somebody an infraction because we can't handle this.
We can't give all this money away this week. You got to give somebody something. Yeah, you got to write somebody up.
That's disgusting. Lasertron, you're nasty. And I don't care. I don't play laser tag anymore. I'm grown. I play Siege.
Yeah, it's straight paintball and Siege. Yeah, like go somewhere, man.
Wait, do you play Siege?
No.
I was about to say, shit, I'm about to add you to the group.
So I've been trying to get into like gaming more. I haven't
get Siege,
and you're probably about to laugh. Haven't had a system since PS2.
Why would I laugh?
I haven't.
You're doing other things.
And it's so crazy. My little cousins, they have PS4s. I was over there the other day, playing Madden for like 4 straight hours. I was like, I gotta get it on.
Yeah,
I feel like a kid.
Right.
I feel like I was like, you know, people. All right, you know how like you get like family members that are like fresh out, and they get like a phone, and they're like, yo,
what is this?
That's how I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm asking my little cousin like, yo, how do you shoot? Yo, how do you?
Right.
I hadn't played a game in so long that it was like, even still to this day, like we were playing, I think it was like a couple of nights ago. I'm like, yo, how do you dribble? Yo, how do you hit the accelerate? We're over there playing 2-on-2. Yo, how do you shoot? They're like, damn, bro. Like, and I'm like, yo, like I just don't play games. Like, but it's like it was so fun. Like I gotta get one of those again. Gotta get one again. Like the systems made me feel like a kid again. Like,
yeah, they're dope. Yeah. It's a nice little thing to pass the time.
It's a nice little getaway. Like,
right.
It's a nice little mental getaway.
For me, like working during the day and then doing interviews, running to this meeting, going to the studio, meeting with this person, like very on the go lately. Yeah. So like the game now is like my little nightcap. I get on the game, couple things of Siege with the boys and shit.
That's sweet.
Knockout.
That's sweet. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I gotta.
It's just a fun little release, like you said. It's just a release. I used to be a huge gamer, all the fucking time.
That's sweet.
But getting older and doing more things like that time has to go away. Otherwise, you're not gonna get this done. You're not gonna get music done, things like that.
It's a lot.
It's balance.
So, and that's like a thing. I see a lot of people don't. I see a lot of like people our age, and that's one of my biggest things about. That's why I had never bought systems. I never wanted to get like, okay, you can see college. Like I remember back in college, Friday, Saturdays, you like, yo, I'm trying to go out or I'm trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You got some who would stay in and play like the games, like, but they would miss class doing it now.
Yeah.
And they're like, you see grades start to fall.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you just see everything just start to fall. And it's like, that was one of my biggest things about why I never wanted to get addicted. But it was like, I feel like I shorted myself too, because never really, like the whole Call of Duty wave.
Mm-hmm.
If you handed me them control, I wouldn't know how to grab I wouldn't know what to do.
The only one you missed was Black Ops 2. I did that because people are going to definitely be like, "Are you kidding me? Oh,
Yeah.
so many better ones." I like stirring the pot sometimes.
And no, I never.
Black Ops 2 was fire though. I sunk mad hours into that shit.
It's so crazy because like I never and it always sounds so cool. Or when people are like, "Yo," they'll hop in like the group, like one of the group chats that I'm in. Yo, bro, everybody get online.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the only one that's
not online.
And then I'll FaceTime one of them, and you can hear everybody in the background yelling,
having fun, yeah.
Bro, get it, yo, he ran to the left, yo. And it's I'm the only one that's sitting in the house like.
That part is like the great part.
Yeah.
When you could play with your friends and stuff, and you could have that like amazing moment on the game. That makes it all worth it as far as like sitting there putting. So
that's like that's one of the reasons why I am gonna grab it, is because like all my homeboys got it, and it's like they've been on this. I think it's the new Call of Duty.
I think they came out one last year.
Yeah.
There's one coming out now.
Okay.
Cold War.
Yeah. Okay. So like some of them, I guess they've been playing like the demo or something.
Yeah, the beta. Yeah.
Yeah. They've all been, yo, bro, I can't wait till this shit drops. Yo, bro. And I was like, yo, Kari, yo, you gotta get it.
Yeah.
Right. I want to be coming in 4 or 5 years late. Y'all gonna be out here clapping everybody.
Killing you, yeah.
Yo, Kari, why you ain't doing? Y'all know we
man,
not doing that.
Right.
We not doing that.
Right.
Like, so that's one of my things. Like, I definitely want to give me some system just to play 2K, play like Madden.
I was like, yeah, get the sports games.
Yeah. Be able to like just when my mentees come over, like rather than like sitting there talking to them all the time, let them just play the game or something. Like,
right.
Yeah, it's that's like one of the like things right now. It's either I got like 16 mentees. They either come and
16 what?
Mentees.
Mentees. Oh, okay. So people you mentor.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
They either come like if they ever come to the house, we're either there to like watch something specifically, or they're there to literally just see the dog. But like, I want to eventually have that like bigger space to have them just, you know what I mean, come be able to play, chill out.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them need like the escapes.
Right. Yeah. You get out
like
the street. Home.
And then mental. A lot
definitely.
of them are like just kind of still going through it mentally, so they just want to just get out.
Right.
And want to just be around somebody else. So like, I fully get it. So I'm glad they come and grab you. Like, come on, let's go.
That's what's up. And man, so what do you have in the future for your organization?
So holiday season. It's crazy. I used to hate holidays as a kid coming up. Never was like a big Christmas person. Never was like a big holiday person. 2016, my friend got killed Christmas Eve. The next year, didn't want to celebrate Christmas. I left Christmas Eve to go out of town purposely.
So you wouldn't be there.
I didn't have to see my family because I wasn't really dealing with that still yet, and I wasn't really fully back to myself. Fast forward now, last year did my first Christmas event and first Thanksgiving event. Bruh, I cried all through Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was like, you just like, we went to the Hope House, and seeing this kid that I had used to play with at McCarthy Park, and you just see like, where did I go left that he went right or vice versa, and it's like, where did this happen for him to now be in here getting free meals, and we're the ones providing them? It's like, where, like, what was the difference? So like, that had me mentally like just blown. So we did that for Thanksgiving. We went past out like things like 300 meals.
Where'd you do it?
We wanted like, so Thanksgiving is, we focus on homelessness and they're like hotspots. So like the NFTA bus station downtown,
right?
Under the bridges, the Hope House, City Mission, Jericho's house, the Refuge Center, We go to kind of like all those spots to make sure that we just at least drop off 50 to each spot. Christmas, we usually team up with we usually get a list from BPS about the kids that they feel may not have meals on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day, we're just out delivering the whole day.
Right to the house?
Yeah, right to the front doors, knocking, delivering. Last year, we were able to go in. This year, because of COVID, we won't be able to. But last year, like, you just see how well we, like, well, I didn't, it's so crazy. I didn't even get a chance to go out and deliver. I was cooking all day. But just hearing, like, people's responses that actually got a chance to go out. We had a family from Wilson go out. Shout out to the Moxums. They went out, passed out meals. Some of their friends seen them from Batavia, came down and helped pass out meals.
Oh.
So it was just seeing like somebody who they seen this at like 1 or 2 p.m. came down from Batavia then went and passed out meals. So it was just like people were stopping their little Christmas Day and coming to help us pass out meals, make sure other people were doing well.
Wow.
So we're gonna this year we're gonna do like a little trunk or treat, social distance trunk or treat.
Okay. What is? Explain that real quick, because I've never even heard of that before.
It's gonna be like basically, we know it's gonna be. Well, trick or treating is kind of like me personally with everything with COVID. Trick or treating is gonna be very weird. I wouldn't want my kids going to like strangers' houses or accepting random stuff.
Not at all.
So that's not something that I would do. So that. We kind of understand that, also understand how trick-or-treating already previously was in like our community, so it wasn't really like a big thing. So we're gonna bring all that together, create like a social distance kind of like trick-or-treating event where kids will be able to go to each station, get candy, get stickers.
Okay, nice.
It'll be like 17 to 20 different stations kids will be able to go to, so we'll be able to get a handful for each station.
Yeah.
So it'll be on Halloween. So the thought behind it is if you're able to provide the opportunity for kids who obviously can't go out that night or just in general, be able to still get the candy, get the experience, and still be able to go to school that Monday, whether it's virtual, in person, whatever. Be able to talk to some kids like, yo, like I had an experience.
Right.
I know how important experiences are. The more you see as a child, the more you are like more inclined to want to like chase and want to like do. So
right.
I always want to keep trying to provide opportunities, different like changing things up. Whether it's you don't have to reinvent the wheel, just make it easier for kids to make it more accessible for the community that we serve.
Right,
that's really the main goal.
Gotcha. Okay, and then you got what else?
Thanksgiving, we're gonna probably do like probably like 1,000 meals this year.
Okay.
1,000 meals to like the homeless and less fortunate. Christmas we'll probably amp it up to like 2,500 for BPS families. I still want to do those. Probably just this year, probably just knock, drop them, and just leave.
And when you say BPS, you mean Buffalo Public Schools,
Buffalo
right?
Public Schools,
okay.
yeah. Just so we took out last year. I randomly knew I happened to know like 6 or 7 principals.
Okay.
Contacted them like, hey, do you know any kids within your schools that won't have meals on Christmas?
Right.
Yeah, hey, send them over. One of the schools sent it over like probably 2 days later and was like, hey, I'm so sorry. And they sent over like 50 more kids than what we expected.
Oh, wow.
I didn't care. Come on.
Yeah.
So send them over. Like
right.
that. And that's why I was end up cooking all day was because of those extra ones. But it was like, it didn't matter. That brought back my Christmas spirit, brought back my like holiday spirit.
Right. Because you're actually giving. You're actually doing what, the holiday is supposed to be about.
And it was like last year, I didn't get one gift for Christmas, but that was like my biggest gift was just being able to be. If you had came to my house Christmas Day, you would have thought we had like a real assembly line going. Like, so I'm downstairs frying food, running upstairs, cooking mac and cheese and cooking string beans. Going into, I have like an attic room. There was a table of chicken, table of mac and cheese, table of string beans, and they're like the styrofoam containers. We had like an assembly line going.
Yeah.
We had one person at each station, scoop, put it in, put it in, close it, put it in the box, take the box downstairs. We were driving the boxes of 100. We're going to Canisius at a time.
Wow.
We had delivery drivers meeting us at Canisius College that were taking it from Canisius to the kids' homes. So sitting on my couch were 2 or 3 of my homegirls. They were organizing the houses by zip codes to see like, okay, so we got to hit 15 kids in 14201. Okay, so let's give 10 to this car. Let's give 5 to this car. literally having it separated by address, by phone number, meals. It has
easy routes.
Dude, you seen we
Oh
literally flowed from 9 a.m. No, 9 like 30 a.m. to like 9 p.m. We delivered our last meal. Came back to the house. All came back on Christmas night, and it was just like yo, what a day! But it was also like it was
all worth it.
It was so cool to see people didn't mind spending their entire Christmas giving back to others. Like that was cool. So I know this year's, especially with COVID, this year's about to go crazy.
That's a blessing.
It's about to go crazy this year. I can't wait. I can't wait for that this year.
I'm gonna tell you this off, but like we're on the topic. I want to be involved.
Oh look,
I definitely want to be involved.
Man, please, no, it's literally so like you'll see what I mean by the like even though we have masks on, even it's still like you're like okay, these people feel like they're forgotten. Like Thanksgiving, a lot of them feel like they're forgotten about.
Right.
So it's like you're getting to them, showing them like, nah, like we still got you. Like,
right.
We're still here for you. We still got you. That's important. People feel that. People like, I don't know. Like this one lady told us we gave her some hope last year, and that's what really.
That's better than the meal.
Yo, that joint had me like mentally like fried. Like I had to hop back in. I told you I was crying the whole Thanksgiving. Yo, she said that to me. That was a little because I had just seen bruh, and I'm already thinking like, yo, where did I go right that he went left or vice versa, whatever you want to call it. And then this lady says to me like, yo, y'all just gave me hope. Then to top it all off, my dad used to own a liquor store over on William. And I see this guy that used to come in there. I give a meal to him. And he looked. He's like, yo. I remember when you came out the womb. He like, man. And it was just so crazy.
Wow.
Like, this man started telling me. He literally named my whole family. Named, like, he said why I had my middle name. He knew my family that well.
Wow.
And then was like, oh man, he said, yo, you got another Pepsi or anything at all? Bro, we went to McDonald's, spent $500, came back and gave even more food. Because it was just like, I didn't care about the money. My homeboys didn't care about the money. And homegirls didn't care. It was like, yo, bro, you just got to see like, I like the small stuff we take for granted, that having $5 to go eat or calling somebody to be able to get a ride, being able to just use a phone instantly at our fingertips, knowing we can go home and have a warm house, have a warm meal, somewhere to use the bathroom, stuff like that. Like we take for granted, and it's like that's why I love the holidays with the heroes, because like that's gonna be our slogan this year: holidays with the heroes.
I like that. That.
But it's like that holiday season. I'm telling you, starting from Halloween on, I'm going crazy holiday spirit. Yeah. Like I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy because it's like I didn't get to do the football camp this year. We had Lamar Jackson coming for football camp. We had Brittany Sykes coming for girls basketball camp. Wow. Deion Waiters for the boys basketball camp. We had literally all this stuff was lined up. We had a baseball camp coming, had a hockey camp coming, had a lacrosse. Like we were trying to set everything up for these kids, and it was like COVID came in. All right, that's fine. You sidebar things, but you didn't cancel it. Right. So now we just got to make the holidays go
even more
up.
Special. Yeah.
Holidays just got to go up. So that's what we're working on now, is just trying to get make sure those holidays go accordingly. Most importantly though, that the community is impacted the right way, and not just a song and dance. Hey, we did something for them, and really help them with what they need.
Right.
So I know people are going to be like, hey, well, you're just giving out candy for Halloween. Yeah, but we're also we're going to be passing out. There's going to be health pamphlets for COVID.
Nice.
There's going to be masks for those who don't have masks. We will be checking everyone's temperature on the site, whether you're, even though it's outdoors, okay, cool, I don't care.
Right.
Checking everyone's temperature. Candy's going to be contained until literally the day of the event. There will be, I'm going to try to make sure that we can give away some kind of food. I'm going to have food trucks there as well, but I'm going to try to give away something. But yeah, no, like that day is more about community unity and more like letting the community know, like, yo, y'all not by yourselves. Like, the heroes here with y'all. Like, and even though y'all might not see us daily, or you might not know, you might think it's like, hey, they're so younger. Nah, we're here.
Right.
So that's one of my biggest things. Just let people know, like, y'all can fall back on us. We got y'all.
That's awesome.
That working right now with Judge Carter to like figure out how we can help the youth courts.
Okay.
So that's like the next task is figuring out how we can help the youth courts, whether it's becoming like a deterrent program, or a deferment program, not a deterrent, a deferment program for kids who before they send them to East Ferry, maybe they come to us, kind of thing, or kids that they are feeling that are once they start hitting their radar, hey, send them over to us before they even get arrested or anything like that. Just trying to figure out how we can start to really get to the core problem. Because it's like, I don't think people understand when you say systematic racism and you say police brutality, police are like the gatekeepers of like real systematic racism. Right. It's like,
of course,
they're the lowest level, bottom tier of systematic racism.
They set the precedent.
They're literally like and it's like once, okay, so cool. We have reform talks about police. Okay. So then we got to get to talks of courts or education. We got to get to one of those, and then we got to get to the other ones. It's like you got to. So that's where I'm kind of headed at. It's like not saying forget police brutality, because that's always like something that I'm always fighting for. I'm a criminal justice major. Always gonna fight for that.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's like we gotta start stepping now.
Yeah.
It's like we gotta start really taking big steps now.
Right.
Like, all right, our movement kind of got washed down by Antifa. So okay, let's let them keep burning down stuff. Let's let them keep doing all the crazy stuff. The militias, all that. Okay, let them do that. Let's focus on our internal educations. Let's start educating one another, whether it's financially, whether it's historically, whether it like let's start educating. All right, cool. Now we're gonna get to that point. Now you provide the opportunities for people to continuously grow. So now that's like how we're gonna try to do with this. I'm trying to make a creative space. Like it's gonna be like my Vector 90 kind of thing. Providing like the workspaces for the kids, the meeting spaces, it's gonna be all in one. I cannot wait. Yeah. I cannot wait till I find my perfect space for this, and then literally just start getting it done.
Yes.
My goal, I'm praying, is to have it done by this time next year.
Okay.
That's my real goal.
Is there a location in the city that you would want it to be at? If you had like a perfect spot, like where would you put it?
So I put in 3 bids and lost them all to the city.
Wow.
And it was all spaces that was like, it'd be very vital. One area I want to really start to really crack into is like the Broadway area, Fillmore, Bailey, Broadway area.
Yeah.
The Genesee, Moselle area, this Upper East Side area. I literally so for me, I that creative space, I can put it in any of those zones, and I know it is gonna flourish. And because of the person that I am, it's like the whole beef situation. That's out the door. Like for me, I'm too cool with people from everywhere to the point where people understand like the thing, how we're speaking on like respect. People understand like what I'm doing is bigger than me. So if I understand that it's bigger than me, you got to understand that it's bigger than you.
Right.
So you bring in your little personal beef. Nah.
Right.
Stay outside.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, you won't be allowed.
Right.
It's as simple as that. Like now we won't be on some situations like, yo, you're kicked. For us to kick a kid out, we have to really we're explaining to you what's going on. Like, and we're not kicking you out. We may be holding you out of here for a couple weeks, something like that. We're not putting you, just leaving you in the community. Nah, bro, you're not getting kicked out. Like, you gonna learn what you did was wrong, and whether you got to come here Friday nights and empty all the garbages, something like that. But you're like, we not just leaving you out to just hang and dry,
right? And
then read about you 2 weeks later and be like, damn, man, what we should have did that shit.
Right.
No, we not doing that shit no more.
Right.
Yeah, we not doing that no more.
I feel that.
So that's where ties is changing now. Like it's like real action versus just the fake
The talking, the
song
keyboard,
and dance,
yeah,
and the PRs.
right.
And, yeah, we tired of that.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate you for having me, bro.
For sure,
Truly, man.
for sure.
Truly appreciate
Episode
you,
31, something new opened up with Kari, neighborhood Kari. What do you want the people to call you?
Trophy, man. You call me Kari. Call me Dick Kari. Just don't. I had a bus driver in 4th grade. You used to call me Dick Tari. Please don't.
Oh
call
my
me
God.
And it's I used to correct her. Miss Linda, my name is Dakari. Dictar, and that's I got kicked off the bus because of that. I told
wow, off your own name.
Like,
wow,
I got kicked off
See?
for saying the F word, but it's so you want to keep violating me,
right?
But nah, people call me Kari. It's literally like, man, what I'm approachable. Please, if you have any questions, anything you want to do for the neighborhood, any ideas, please come. I will gladly I will present ideas for you to groom with your ideas. Just I know I don't have it all. I will openly admit I'm not the smartest. I don't have it. No, but what I do know, I have a lot of connections.
Right.
And a lot of my connections, a lot of them would love to see things brought to life. And I know, like, okay, if I just take my thoughts, I'm only growing here. If you only take your thoughts, you're only growing here. We both. It's like
elevating. So
now you and one of your friends might see you doing Halloween with us and be like, yo, I want to do Thanksgiving. One of their friends might see them doing Thanksgiving. Now come for Christmas. It's like you just keep that's all I want to do, just keep inspiring, just keep on growing. I don't care for you can literally, if we wouldn't have got that billboard, it wouldn't have been the sweat off my back.
Right.
I didn't even know the billboard was there. I was driving.
It's in a couple spots, isn't it?
Yeah. The first one, I did not know it was there. Mm-hmm. I was driving home from dropping off a rental car. Look, and I was like,
wait a minute.
It's like, damn, that looked like me. Turned up Michigan, turned up Mulberry, and was like, damn, that's me.
Yeah.
Homegirl is driving up Route 5. She's like, yo, I think you're on Route 5 going to Lackawanna. She's like, or somebody just stole your whole image.
Yeah.
Riding, going to there. And I was like, oh, shit. See that one. Now the whole, like, it was crazy. I was driving past Burgard. I looked to the right.
Yep.
I'm like, damn.
Yep.
But it was like, so my only wish for that one is I wish kids were in school right now.
Yeah.
So just a young black kid could just see, like, yo, only people on these billboards we see here are DWI lawyers, criminal defense attorneys,
right,
Bills players.
Right.
Damn, it's a regular nigga from Buffalo that's on this billboard. I can do the same thing. That's literally all I want to do for them.
Right.
Like, I if he could see, like, or he or she could see, yo, then there's another young black kid. Let me see what Kari did really quick. And now they're just looking up. Oh, yo, let me get involved with neighborhood heroes. Mm-hmm. Something like that. That's all. Like, if I could do that just for a couple kids, that's.
Yeah.
And then let me just provide opportunities for the neighborhood. I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like, I am all set. If I can just do that, I am all set. I don't need nothing else.
Word. I feel you. But yeah, man, like I said, thanks for coming through. This has been episode 31. Something new, open up with Kari. Peace.